So lesson 2, I'm going to tell you next. Lesson 2, clothes. In this lesson, I'm going to teach students clothing words, vocabularies. As a warm-up, we're going to have a clothing brainstorming web. So what students are going to do is to write down what they know about the clothing words. For example, jackets, socks, writing the boxes. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I want them to familiarize with what we are going to learn in this lesson, and also for the teachers to understand, to have a better understanding of how much knowledge their students have on this topic. So first we're going to go to men's clothing, and here's a website. It's very good for teaching students men's clothing.
Men's clothing.
So as you can see, there are various pictures of men's
Jeans.
clothing, and the reason I like this website is because when you
Collar.
click,
Shirt.
put your mouse on the picture, it will have the sound
Collar.
and tell you what it is.
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Pants.
So what I'm going to do is to show students those pictures
Shorts.
and put my mouse
Jeans.
on them and let students read after them and get familiarized with them.
Jeans.
And the next one is women's clothes. It's the same website, and it works the same way.
Women's clothing.
Women's clothing.
Earmuffs. Glasses. Gloves.
As you can see,
Leather jacket.
that's how we're going to play. And then I'm going to ask them to go to this website and color the clothes. For example, I'll show them this board and I'm going to ask them, what color do you want the sock? Excuse me. What color do you want the socks? So they're going to tell me.
Yellow.
Yellow. They will say, then I'm going to ask them, what is that? They're going to say, that's a yellow sock. And then I'm going to ask them, what color do you want for the shorts?
Purple.
Purple. And I put purple on. Then they're going to tell me, that's a pair of purple shorts. That's how it's going to work. And then I ask them to practice with their partner, ask their partner what he or she is wearing, and then report to the class. For example, Susan is my partner. Today she's wearing a pair of black jeans and a white jacket. Here are more potato exercises. So first exercise is, I designed this hot potatoes exercise myself, and students are going to have a look at the picture and choose the right word for the picture. So for example, if they choose a jacket, that's not going to work because that's not a jacket. If you check, it will say your score is 0. Sorry, try again. So students have 2 minutes to finish this exercise. Here's the timing. So that's the first one. And the second one is everyday clothes. I didn't design this exercise myself. I just found it online. So it's a multiple choice. In winters, children wear, they have to say mittens. Then correct. And the next one, and there are 24 of them for them to practice. And the last one is the crossword puzzle. Oops. I designed this crossword puzzle myself too, so what students have to do is to click on the first one, and there's a hint. What do you wear on your lower body? So they have to enter a word. For example, shorts, pants. If they put S, they're not sure, they can see the hint. Oh, that's P, starts with P. Then they'll know it's pants. So you click enter, that's correct. So students have 6 minutes to finish this exercise. You can, if you don't have a computer lab, you can do it in the class. Next one is Hammond. This is to check students' knowledge of spelling for those words. For example, click a button to choose a letter which you think is a mystery word. So if you think Q, and you have 5 guesses left, students can think of any words or letters they want. If you know what the word is, you may type in the answer. So you can use this as a group competition or individual work. The next one is again, it's called clothes in a bag. So I will ask students to give me one piece of the clothing. I probably would have told them the day before they come to class, and I'm going to collect them and put them in a bag. And then I ask students to sit in a circle and play the music, and students pass the bag around. And when the music stops, the student who's holding the bag has to pull one piece of clothing out of the bag and put it on and tell us what you're wearing. For example, if I hold the bag and I put out one piece of clothing, like if it's a hat, I would say I'm wearing a hat. And this could be a very fun game because the boys can get girls' clothes and put them on themselves. So I played it with my students before and they all love this game. And then it's homework. The first homework is for them to label the clothing they see and put the words on the paper. And next one is a crossword search and prepare a bingo sheet. So I'm going to give them these printable bingo sheets and they can make a bingo. It's 4x4. And next class is describe clothes. So as a warm-up, I'm going to play bingo. So it's a 4x4 bingo, and they put different clothes on different places, and then when they get a bingo, they win the game. And then I'm going to ask them, "What's that?" They're going to say it's a gray tie, and the other one is a blue tie. Then I'm going to ask them, would you find the difference? Then with the word they can say it's a dark color and it's light. And I'm going to ask them what is dark and what is light. Can you give me some example? For example, in the day, is it dark or light? How about at night when you don't turn on your lights? Is it dark or is it light? So next one, low and high. So low, long and short, wide, narrow, large, small, striped. And look at this picture. What is dinosaur wearing, or the dragon wearing? There's going to say a striped tie. And this is flowery. And what is this dragon wearing? Flowery pants, checked a plaid scarf. Oops, that was a mistake there. A plaid shirt, brown striped sweater. So before I show them the words,